Have you ever been right in the midst of a recipe and it called for eggs and you didn't have any eggs? Or maybe it called for butter, you're all out of butter. Or maybe it was just milk and you didn't have any milk. Well, I am going to show you some shelf-stable ingredients that you can use to substitute for eggs, butter, milk, and many other genius hacks. So that way you or your significant other doesn't need to make a quick trip to the grocery store. So whether you're a home cook or just someone who wants to be prepared, this video is for you because these tips will save you time, money, and stress. Out of baking powder? No problem. Just mix 1 teaspoon baking soda with 2 teaspoons cream of tartar, and you've got an instant baking powder substitute. Works perfect for pancakes, cookies, and biscuit. You know, buttermilk adds that rich tang to pancakes and biscuits, but I don't keep it in my refrigerator. Instead, I do this. Just mix 1 tablespoon of vinegar or lemon juice with 1 cup of powdered milk and 1 cup of water. Let it sit for 5 minutes and boom, instant buttermilk. Now what happens if the recipe calls for brown sugar and you only have white sugar? Well then, do this. 1 cup sugar, molasses. Okay. Now, you're just gonna have to mix it really, really well. So I have found that doing it by hand is pretty tedious. It is easier to do it in a mixer. Now, if you like lighter brown sugar, use less molasses. If you like darker, use more molasses. You're making a great dessert and oops, you need sweetened condensed milk, which you don't have, but don't worry. 1 cup sugar, 1 cup powdered milk, and 1/2 cup warm water. See, it's thickening up. Get it all mixed in. There we go. Now we have our sweetened condensed milk. That easy. You went in the pantry and you just noticed that your box of instant pancake mix has pantry moths in it. Oh no, and the kids wanted pancakes. Well, this is what you can do, and then you'll have to tackle your pantry moths. So I'm going to use 2 cups flour. You can double this if you wish, just that we're a 2-person family, so I don't make that much ahead of time. So there's our 2 cups flour, dry milk powder. There we go. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Then you're just going to mix this up. To make your morning pancakes, use 2 cups of this, 1 cup of water, and 1 egg. Mix well. Now you learned what to do if you didn't have sweetened condensed milk, but what happens if you don't have evaporated milk? Now all we need is 1.5 cup of our powdered milk and 1.25 cup water. That's it for evaporated milk. And all we're going to do is mix this up, and it mixes up easy. So if you're out of evaporated milk the way I am, here you go. And no eggs? Yes, there's a trick for that too. All out of eggs and you need one for your baking recipe? Well, don't despair. All you need is a tablespoon of vinegar. There we go. And a teaspoon of baking soda. Ooh, hear the fizz? Just mix this up. And for most baking recipes, this is a great egg substitution. Store-bought cocoa mixes is loaded with ingredients you can't pronounce. So why not make your own mix? Right in the comfort of your kitchen. 1 cup sugar. And you need 2 cups instant milk. There we go. And next up is our cocoa mix. We need a 1/2 cup. There we go. Now we're just going to mix this all up. To make, you're just going to add a 1/4 cup of this to a cup of hot water. Now, I love to have this on hand. It is a creamy soup base, and it's so easy to make. And then, when you're making up your favorite cream of potato soup, or cream of broccoli soup, or whatever cream soup, you can use this. 2 cups of powdered milk. 1, 2. Then a 1/4 cup of your bouillon. This is ham bouillon actually. And a 1/4 cup of cornstarch. You're just going to mix it together. Then take a scoop of this and just add water and get it to the consistency you want. And then you could add veggies and meat and you'll have a wonderful tasting cream soup. How easy is this? My grandkids love ranch dressing. I think they dip anything in it. But it's not something I usually keep on hand because I don't eat it. But I can quickly mix up a batch like this. We need 2 tablespoons of powdered milk. 1, 2. Next up, dill weed. And we just need a 1/4 of a teaspoon. Then parsley. And we need a 1/2 teaspoon. Next up, onion powder. And we need a full teaspoon of that. And then finally, garlic powder. And a teaspoon of that. And we're just going to mix this up well. I love using these decorative canning jar tops. You can see they have a very good seal on them. And it looks so much nicer on your shelf, I think. If you're interested, I do have a link below. Combine it with 1/2 cup water. And then we're going to put in a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. There we go. And 1 tablespoon of our mix. There you have it, some quick ranch dressing for your salad. And of course, if you like it as a dipping sauce, just add less water. There you have it, 10 genius kitchen hacks, all using shelf-stable ingredients. Oh yeah, and if you're out of butter, keep some butter-flavored Crisco on your pantry shelves and some ghee. Both of them make a good butter replacement in any baking recipe. And do you have any other great hacks? Please comment below. And if you want more pantry-friendly tips and hacks and tricks, be sure to subscribe. And watch this if you want to find out all the amazing things you can do with rice.